Greetings to you all. I welcome all of you to my experience and videos. Uh, Sharing is a good thing. If you learn something from some books or some movies you know from somewhere, and you feel that it has some kind of helping ability, you should share. So today I'm going to share something that I learned from the novel Jane Eyre. Uh, it is a Victorian novel, and it was published in 1847, almost 170 years ago. So this is a kind of Bildungsroman novel, coming of age novel, but it is kind of unique Bildungsroman novel because it it is it is about a female protagonist, not male protagonist. I mean, the title character Jane Eyre is the female protagonist, and this novel is all about her. Well, I hope if you have read this novel, you know about how it is successful Bildungsroman novel. But today I'm going to share what do I learn from this novel. Uh, you know, you know in my sharing, you may find the summary as well. But my main focus will be what I learned from this novel. So the first thing I learned from this novel is self-reliance. You can say, if you know yourself very well, what you want to be and what you want to do and how you want to do, you can do it with or without any type of relations, friends, or your kinships, any type of relations. You can do it. And the second thing I do learn from this novel is love. When you love somebody truly, completely, you just wants to be with him or her, uh, with or without him or her. See, Jane Eyre loves Edward Rochester, the master of the manor at Thornfield, and when somehow in this novel they you know they are separated for some time because Jane Eyre knows a kind of secret Mr. Rochester hides from her, and that is Jane Eyre for the first time knows that Mr. Rochester has a wife, and he keeps her secretly because his wife is somehow kind of a crazy woman, and that is why she decides to leave him, and she does that. She she stays away from him for a year, but within this year, I mean, she misses him a lot. She remembers the time she spends with him while she is at Thornfield, and in the end also you see she realizes she can realize that Mr. Rochester is still uh, in love with Jane Eyre, and she can feel Mr. Rochester needs her. Sometimes she hears his voice in her imagination, and this true love for him gives her ability, uh, you know, to be back to Thornfield in the hope of meeting again with Mr. Rochester. And that happens as well. And they get married in the end. They have kids, and they live a good life. And the next thing I learned from this, Jane Eyre, this novel Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Yes, I in the beginning I I forgot to say that it is a novel written by Charlotte Bronte. She is a very very popular Victorian novelist, And yeah, so the next thing I do learn from this novel is you must have some kind of kindness in you. It means, I mean, you know when to, show the kindness. Not necessarily everywhere. You know that actually the genuine thing, and you know that there you need to, share your kindness. Uh, Jane Eyre uh, is a kind of that kind personality because she has an aunt, Mrs. Reed, uh, who cares. Who is who has the responsibility to bring off Jane Eyre when she becomes an orphan after her parents died, and her uncle brings him into the Reed family. And when her uncle also dies, her uncle speaks his last wish to his wife, Mrs. Reed, that now it is she who is gonna take care of Jane Eyre. But Jane Eyre finds Mrs. Reed never shows any care to her. Rather, you can say she bullies her, she hates her, and she punishes her. And her children also, show same. And when time passes away, and Jane Eyre goes to uh, uh, Lowood, where she meets her friend Helen uh, Barnes, and she educates herself. She becomes a teacher there, and then she goes to Thornfield as a governess, and you know she teaches Adil there, and she has a supportive teammate, you can say, Mrs. Fairfax, and she meets Mr. Rochester, who treats her equally. That is why she falls for him. And in the meantime, uh, she is informed that Mrs. Reed is seriously ill and may she die. So she returns to her, and she pacifies her that she has forgiven her hatred for her, and she just shows all the care she can show during this type of sick time of her aunt. And this represents the kindness for which you can forgive somebody who has done some wrong with you. There are many things to learn from this novel, and the next thing I learned from this novel is support. You have to be supportive. Mrs. Fairfax supports Jane here. She informs every detail of the mission of the manor at Thornfield, and she just helps her introducing everything, including Mr. Rochester, the boss of the manor, and how to handle some type of crowdy moments, some kind of celebration time, and so as a senior, you have to support your junior. I learned this from Mrs. Fairfax, because if you don't support your junior, how they will learn from senior, and how they will have the traditions of supporting the new and unexperienced uh, colleagues. And yeah, the individuality, yes, of course. I learned the individuality, and you can say you like to be independent, and you live independently. It sounds to the first thing I learned. I have already shared that. It sounds like that. And the next thing I learned that the world is wide. When you find yourself in the wrong place, in the wrong, with the wrong person, you just you know leave. You should leave that place. Don't think that that is the last place you will you will be anyhow till your death, or you feel like you are trapped. You just leave the place. You find some other place where you find goodness. It's not you know a kind of this world is very open, very wide. Different type of places are there, different type of people are there, and you should not be with the wrong person or place, and just think that your luck has played this and you are suffering for that reason. You just you know change the place, change the person, and you know go to the right one. In this way, there are many things to learn from Jane Eyre, but as far as I understand this novel, this much I many things I have learned, but this much I learned very well, you can say. So I share my point of view, what things I learned from Jane Eyre. If you have read this novel Jane Eyre, and if you have learned some good things from this novel, you just comment me in the comment box. And if this video is a likable one, you like this video, then please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.